Alright, so these are 4 steps to creating a successful relationship, okay? The first thing that you really gonna want to pay attention to is containment. Containment, that means not only at your house whenever you're away, meaning if your dog's an inside dog, having a cage or a section for him, or if they're an outside dog, and making sure that your fence is adequately up to par and there's no weak spots where your dog can escape. Also, it's on having a leash on your dog whenever you're out for walks and making sure that your dog is contained within your ability to control them. So whether a stranger's walking by or another dog is passing by or kids are outside playing, you're going to want to have control over your dog, and that's how you exercise your containment while walking is with the leash. Another point to keep in mind with containment is whenever you're traveling, it's very important to keep your dog contained and having seatbelt and tethered to the seatbelt. That way they're safe. The next one that we're going to talk about is stimulation. You want to have adequate stimulation whenever you're training your dog and maintaining your life with them. Stimulating is about giving them walks and stuff, anything to stimulate their mind, giving them new toys, giving them new tricks and commands that you teach them, letting them walk around different neighborhoods and smell different things, getting them a toy that really makes them work and think and start to piece things together. They have really neat toys like that, and that's really about it for stimulation. Just make sure that you get their mind working and they're not too bored, because whenever they get too bored and they have to go stimulate their mind on their own, that's whenever they start causing problems and they get into your shoes and they get into the things that you don't want them to, the stuff that they start tearing up and that you don't want. The next part in the 4 steps is training and socialization. And so training and socialization is going to be a very important part in the evolution of your dog's behavior, because the training is going to be ongoing and it's going to keep them becoming more and more obedient and used to being commanded by you, their leader. The socialization will get them used to being more and more around other dogs and other people and interacting with them in a more calm and safe manner, which is always going to be a whole lot more acceptable than your dog being so amped up and so hyper and ready to play that you can't control them and you start getting aggravated and don't even know what to do. That's the kind of things that we don't want. And so step 3, the training and the stimulation, is going to really help that aspect. And the last step that we're going to talk about is management. So it's up to you to manage your relationship with your dog. It's up to you to manage your playtime with other dogs and your playtime with your dog and your children, and it's up to you to manage all the interactions that really need to be watched. Some interactions need to be watched more carefully over, and you really need to give it your full focus and attention. And so whenever your dog is growing up and things are changing in your life, you're going to have your dog for more than a couple of years, and so changes are inevitable, and it's up to you to adapt to them. And so whenever there are instances in your dog's behavior that aren't in line with your changing environment, it's up to you to manage that behavior and start to shape it in a way that is in line. And that's some of the things that you'll learn to do in the training that we're providing here for you. That's some things you'll learn. And so those are the 4 steps to a successful relationship, and these are things that you'll incorporate to all of your actions from here on out.